The clink of champagne glasses froze a moment. My father's voice sliced through the dining hall. He's just a janitor. Laughter rippled around the table, cheap and hollow. My mother shook her head, pity etched across her face. My sister smirked, delighted that the family embarrassment had arrived on cue. I let the insult hang, calm and composed. Then her fiancé rose, straightened his blazer, polite enough to extend a hand. His phone buzzed. He glanced at it, then at me and back at the screen. Color drained from his face. He didn't shake my hand. He whispered instead, "Hey, boss." And suddenly, the room went silent. I wasn't supposed to be anything more than background noise in this family. At 16, my dad made it clear, books won't save you. You're built for broomsticks. So I swept floors in the very office where he once held a mid-level position. My sister? Golden child. Law school, engagement parties, glittering futures. My parents poured money, time, and praise into her. Me? I was the cautionary tale. But sweeping floors has its advantages. You hear everything. You learn who really pulls the strings and who just polishes titles. Slowly, I stopped pushing the mop and started asking questions. Stock markets, property management, silent partnerships. Every night after work, I stayed late, observing, learning, calculating. By 27, I carved my way into real estate. By 30, I owned the building I once mopped. I never told my family. Why bother? They had already written my obituary. 2 months ago, the whispers reached me. My sister's fiancé, Daniel, perfect Ivy League son-in-law, was as flawless as he seemed. He worked under one of my holding companies. Sales manager, decent numbers, some charisma. On paper, a rising star. But I'd seen the expense reports, unauthorized dinners, suspicious consulting fees, a shell company in his name, siphoning clients from my firm, corporate theft, quiet betrayal. The man my family adored was robbing the janitor. I didn't yell. I didn't confront. I cataloged everything, neat and clean, waiting for the right moment. The engagement dinner was scheduled. Lavish venue, white linens, overpriced wine. My parents gushed for weeks about how Daniel's family was a step above ours. Perfect. I instructed my legal team to complete the audit. Every fraudulent dollar documented. Shell accounts traced. Contract aligned like loaded weapons. I told no one. I smiled at the invitation. Our SVP'd yes. They assumed I'd come for rubber chicken and polite nods. I was coming for blood. Step 1. I quietly bought the restaurant hosting the dinner through proxy LLC finalized 2 days prior. Ownership papers tucked in my jacket pocket. Step 2. My lawyers delivered a sealed notice to Daniel's office that morning. He hadn't opened it yet. Too busy playing fiancé. Step 3. I arrived on time. Simple outfit. Nothing flashy. Let them underestimate me one last time. When my father spat, "He's just a janitor," I smiled, knowing in under 10 minutes, the entire room would see who held the knife. Daniel's hand trembled as he lowered his phone. His fiancée, my sister, frowned, confused. "What's wrong?" she whispered. He didn't answer. "He couldn't," I said, calm, surgical. The message lighting up his screen? From HR, immediate termination. Pending fraud investigation. Account access revoked. Security notified. I leaned in, soft and deliberate, just for him. Funny thing, when you siphon client from a company, you might want to check who actually owns it. His mouth open, closed. He looked at my father, then me. You own. I cut him off. I own the building you work in. I own the chair you sit on. And as of this week, I own this restaurant. I let the ownership papers fall onto the linen tablecloth, the logo of my holding company glinting in silver. Silence. My sister blinked, champagne flute trembling. My mother's jaw tightened, finally realizing the janitor had been cleaning house in ways they couldn't fathom. My father, the man who mocked me the loudest, stared at Daniel, the son-in-law he worshipped, now exposed as a fraud. Laughter from earlier died, buried under the weight of truth. I didn't stay for dessert. As I walked out, I paused at the door, turned back, letting my gaze sweep the table one last time. Next time you call someone just a janitor, remember, Every empire begins with someone willing to clean up the mess. I left them in silence. Daniel's career shattered. My sister's engagement crumbling. My parents forced to swallow the taste of their own contempt. Outside, the night air felt sharp, electric. For the first time in years, I breathed freely. I wasn't a family embarrassment anymore. I was a storm they never saw coming.